Today marks another day of intense conflict and developments in the ongoing war in Ukraine. The situation on the ground remains fluid, with significant incidents reported across various regions. Putin declares end to talks with Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared that there will be no further talks with Ukraine following a fire at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Russian occupational authorities have blamed the incident on a Ukrainian drone attack. In his statement, Putin claimed that the West is fighting Russia, using Ukrainian hands, and expressed concerns about potential destabilization in border districts, particularly in the Bryansk region. Escalation in the Kursk region. In the Kursk region, Alexei Smirnov, the acting governor, informed President Putin that Ukraine has captured 28 settlements since a surprise offensive began last week. The situation has forced over 121,000 people to flee border areas, highlighting the severe impact of the conflict on civilian populations. The Russian Ministry of Defense has responded by sending additional reserves and equipment to the Kursk region as clashes continue in the town of Giri. The situation remains tense as Russian forces attempt to regain control. Ukrainian gains and Zelensky's response. Despite Russian efforts, Ukrainian forces continue to make significant gains. According to conservative estimates from the Ukrainian military's Telegram channel Deep State, Ukrainian troops now control 44 settlements in the Kursk region. President Volodymyr Zelensky convened a new meeting of Ukraine's High Military Command, where Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky reported on defensive operations at the front line and in the Kursk region. Ukrainian forces now control approximately 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory. President Zelensky drew a historical parallel, commenting on the symbolism of the Kursk region in Putin's rule, which began with the Kursk submarine disaster 24 years ago and now faces another disaster in the ongoing war. Zelensky reaffirmed Ukraine's commitment to peace, vowing to secure it for his country. Ongoing hostilities and civilian impact. Hostilities continue to rage across various regions. In Vovchansk, one person was wounded in a drone attack. Explosions were reported in Koshchentinivka, Donetsk region, with smoke rising from the affected area. Russian aviation launched glide bombs in the Sumy region, while strikes were reported at civilian infrastructure in Bakhmut, Chernihiv region. In the Kharkiv region, Russia struck Volgodikhiv and Moskalenki, with reports indicating one missile was the North Korean-made Hwasong-11. In Nikopol district, damage was reported as a result of drone and artillery attacks. Explosions were also reported in Kharkiv, further contributing to the region's instability. Russian military claims and Ukrainian resistance. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed full occupation of Lysychin village in Donetsk region and asserted control over all residential city blocks in Krasnohorivka. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces were reportedly seen in the central part of Sudza town in the Kursk region, underscoring their continued resistance and tactical advances. Drone activity and border security. In other developments, 7 Shahid drones were reportedly crossing the Dnipro River near Kursk, heading westward, while 5 drones were spotted in the Shostka district, also flying in a western direction. In response to these threats, local authorities announced the closure of the entrance into the Krasnaya Yaruga district of the Belgorod region. Humanitarian impact. Tragically, the toll on civilians continues to rise. 2 people were killed and 1 wounded as a result of Russian shelling in Ukraine. In the Odessa district, a massive fire at a warehouse in the village of Ozerka, reportedly caused by an attack, burned an area of approximately 2,000 square meters. Additionally, 2 people were wounded in shelling in Holyuka. Conclusion. As the conflict
One of the North
continues,
Korean missiles
the
today
human and
unfortunately killed
geopolitical
2
stakes
people in
remain
Kyiv
high.
region, a father and
Both
son.
sides are entrenched
The boy
in a
was
battle
4
that
years
shows
old.
no
My
signs of
condolences
abating,
to their
with
friends and
significant
family.
consequences
3
for
more people were
civilians
wounded.
caught in the
They received
crossfire.
appropriate
The
treatment.
international
Our
community
experts have
watches
determined
closely as the
precisely what kind of
situation
missile it
evolves,
was,
hoping for
and
a
we know
resolution,
exactly
but
from what
bracing
region
for
on
further
Russian territory
escalations in
the
the
launch
days
took
ahead.
place.
This has been your news update for August 12, 2024, on the war in Ukraine. Stay tuned for further developments as they unfold.